What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back. I am back. It is your boy Sean Spencer off the wall media, but you know me better for Let's Talk Football. And hey, tonight we talking sports, so we can go Let's Talk Sports with it, man, because there's a lot of things going on, and I'm super excited to be with you. But first and foremost, how you been? Where you been? What you up to? How are things going for you? I need to know. So tap in with your boy. Talk to me. Tell me how you're feeling, what y'all really dealing with. And let's get down some sports conversation. You know what it is. But listen, appreciate y'all being here with me on this what is it? Thursday night? Thirsty Thursday? Are y'all getting out there? Y'all enjoying yourselves? If so, cool beans. If not, hey, get ready for that basketball game, that NBA matchup. So I know you guys are going to want to get into that. And we're definitely going to talk about the NBA. We're going to talk about the NFL, but I'm in North Carolina, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the things I found out is that people down here, they like themselves some hockey. So you know what? We're going to get into that as well. So, hey, listen, stay tuned. Stick with your boy. We got a lot of stuff going on. But first, we got to do our homework and take care of our sponsor. Check out my guy, Anton Benson. And then on the other side, we're going to talk some hockey talk. Stick with me.
Hello, ladies and gents. It's Anton, your local awesome artist. Just here to let you know it's summertime. Projects need to get done. Are you being lazy on them? So if you got indoor projects, outdoor projects, like this pergola here, just got painted. Call me, I'll have your job done. See you later.
Yeah, buddy, that was my guy, Anton Benton. Awesome artisans. You're going to want to get in touch with him if you have any type of indoor or outdoor work you have to do. I actually just chilled with him a couple weeks ago. We did some painting. We did some work inside, outside of the building, moved stuff, took things to the dump, did whatever we needed to do. And it was such a great time getting down with him. The man works harder than 10 people combined. I'm telling you, the man grinds, and I love every minute of it. So if you need work done, the guy lives in the 757, which is the Virginia Beach area, but he will travel up and down the East Coast. And I've also known him travel towards the Midwest and the West Coast. So, hey, if there's work, he'll definitely come to you. Definitely get in touch with him, give him time to get it done, and he will definitely rock with you. But listen, it's your boy Sean Spencer. We are here with Off the Wall Sports, and also Let's Talk Football. Those of you that know me with that, we'll be back this fall. So we definitely hope you will tune in with us as we get down the fall. But it's not fall right now. It's spring going into summer, actually about to be summer, being that it's June right around the corner. So we got some other sports going. And first and foremost, I'm in Carolina, and I'm used to my basketball, I'm used to my football and all that type of stuff. But right now, we got a hockey team that is one game away from going to the Stanley Cup Finals. And listen, they are just ecstatic around here. They are so hyped that their Carolina Hurricanes are one game away. They're up 3-1 in the series over the Montreal Canadiens, and they have been playing their tails off. And I'm gonna be honest with you, in this series, they crushed the Flyers in the last series. They've only had one mess up. They've only had one blemish, and that was in this series against Montreal. These guys are playing big, and I'm look, I have never. I'm from the DC area, so the team that I would always rock the red, go Caps. But I thought that Washington fans were crazy for their team. These Carolina fans love themselves, their Hurricanes, and it's so excited. It's been 20 years since they've been able to win a title in the 05-06 season. So they're very excited to get back to it. And Coach Rod Brind'Amour is more definitely trying to get them back. And they interviewed him. He was kind of downplaying it, like, look, we haven't done anything yet. We're trying to get to the next series so we can play Las Vegas. We know how good Las Vegas is, but right now being up 3-1 in this series, going tomorrow, hopefully to a decisive game 5 where they can get this done and move on. It's going to be big for them. And look, they've been brilliant in neutralizing Montreal's offense. In games 2 and game 3, they held them to just 12 and 13 shots on goal, respectively. And that is the way that they've been able to kind of shut them down. I mean, that the neutral zone dominance and it's been great. And the big deal we've noticed has been the Anderson factor. Honestly, goaltender Frederik Andersen, man, has been a rock, recording 3 postseason shutouts, including a 16-save shutout in game 4, which they just won 4-0. His steady play, his calm demeanor, the guy has been playing huge. He has been an absolute rock in that goal for the Hurricanes. So that's going to be huge for them. And I think it's going to be interesting to see. Look, the fans around here are ecstatic. They are so excited. They are coming out in droves to see their Carolina Hurricanes, see if they can take it back to the Stanley Cup Finals and hopefully get it done. It's going to be interesting to see what goes on, and we're going to have to see it. And right now, I think, in my opinion, I think the biggest thing for Carolina is you got to exploit Montreal's fatigue. Montreal's been playing a lot through the series. Obviously, Carolina just lost 1 game, so they've really kind of been coasting through this playoffs. So with Montreal having played a lot more games, they've really been trying to pressure these young defenders. And if they can put more pressure on them and really kind of get them going and shut them down, and obviously have Anderson continue to play big in the goal, we could be looking at an early exit for Montreal. And then we're looking at next Tuesday, game 1, the Stanley Cup Finals. Guys, let me know what y'all think. Can Carolina bring the Stanley Cup home to Carolina? I like I said, I follow the Washington Capitals from back when I was living in DC. I've been to a couple of those games. I don't know about the Carolina Hurricanes, the scene out here. How crazy does it get? I need to know. We know Carolina with basketball and for the Panthers and how they've been, but how's the hockey? I want to know. So do you guys reach out to me? Let me know how they get down here in Carolina. Can they get it done the way they've been playing? I mean, I watched that series against the Flyers. Shout out to my guy, David Stanek, who's a big Flyers fan. He was just saying the Flyers were just happy to be there. Carolina was on a mission. And we saw how dominant they were in that series. And to kind of get where they are right now, it's a good look. I'm excited to see it, and I'm very eager to see if they can move on. And not try to get ahead of myself, but we already know how dominant Las Vegas is. We already know what they bring to the table. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see. We know that Carolina has a huge depth advantage in this series. We'll see how that plays going forward. It's a big impact, and they'll always be able to provide those fresh legs. And if they could continue to bring out more, legs and more fresh bodies out there, that could play a major role in going farther. As we know, the more bodies you can bring, the more fresh guys you can bring out there, definitely makes a big difference. We'll see if that's going to play out in this series and then also going forward. So stay tuned for game 5 tomorrow night, 8 p.m. at the PNC Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina. If I were you, get there early. Who knows how things will be, but I'm going to tell you from what I've seen, Carolina fans are really ready for a champion. They're really ready for something to really get excited about and really root for and bring home a potential Stanley Cup final. So we'll see. You guys tune in. Let me know how y'all feel, and let me know what you guys think is going to go down with this, the Stanley Cup playoffs and Carolina Hurricanes, and can they get it done? I'm excited to kind of see if they could pull this thing out, but hey, we'll see. There's a lot of kind of anxiety around here. But let's try to avoid that. Let's definitely try to avoid that and see if we can't just keep calm and bring it home. Let's go ahead and bring it home. So we gotta jump off of that and move into some of the NBA, ladies and gentlemen, the NBA playoffs. We want to dive into it because we know there's a game tonight. But before we do that, I'm going to take one more quick little breather. they show out a show that we have coming this in a month or two. Let's Talk Live with Sean Spencer. You're going to want to check it out. I got a lot of interesting guests that we're going to bring on there to chat with and, kind of go back and forth with just on their lives, their experience, the things that they've been dealing with, and even their businesses, some of that good stuff. So stay tuned. I'll be back on the other side, talking about NBA playoffs, and kick back with me.
Gentlemen, it is your boy, Sean Spencer. We on air, people. We are live. And welcome to Live with Sean Spencer, your boy. Yo, so glad to be here with you guys.
That sun shining on me. Always put yourself in a position where the sun shines on.
Yeah, buddy, that was the new show that will be coming out in the summer months and into the fall called Let's Talk Live with Sean Spencer. I've already had my buddy Nicholas Rosario on there. Mr. Fingers, Anthony Handy has been on there, your favorite karaoke DJ, and my guy J Red, DJ J Red, the gospel DJ, definitely puts those great mixes out. You're going to want to check out those interviews. That's on my YouTube channel at 22 Sean Spencer. If you haven't seen him, you're going to want to check him out. Definitely great stuff. Great conversationalist. It was a lot of fun information, and they were just a joy to talk to. But look, it's your boy Sean Spencer. I'm back. This is Off the Wall Media, bringing you its sports guy, Off the Wall Sports with Sean Spencer. Got to talk to you about some news and notes. And look, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about what's going on tonight. What's going on tonight? Where are you? You living under a rock? Do you not know? What's going on tonight is Game 6 of the NBA Western Conference Finals. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Oklahoma City Thunder against the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio, Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, Oklahoma City, they are one game away. They are one game away from getting back to the NBA Finals. They lead the series 3-2 after a 127-114 win over the Spurs a couple nights ago. And I'm going to tell you, led by SGA, we've seen this guy is balling out. 32 points in Game 5. Now, he did not actually shoot that well in Game 5 as he, I believe, shot for, 38% from the field. But as we know, if you've been watching, what he does and what he does well is he gets those refs to blow that whistle. And once they blow the whistle, he gets to the line. Now, listen, far be it for me to talk about, some of these calls. In my opinion, sometimes we have the benefit of the replay, and it's kind of, we can slow it down and all that type of stuff. And when you kind of see that stuff, you see, wait a minute, they didn't even touch the guy, and he's getting to the line. But at the end of the day, when you get the opportunity at the line, you make the buckets. He's been able to do that. And look, he's averaging about 26 points a series or a game and about 9 assists. So almost a double-double in this. He's leading the way. Obviously, definitely back-to-back MVPs. We've seen how good he is. And it's going to be crucial to see, can he continue to have that output? Can he continue to dominate and bring them back? But he's not doing it alone. You got Jalen Williams, who's out there, who has a significant factor. He's dealing with that hamstring injury. So if he does not play, that will definitely be something to watch, because if he missed Game 5 in his absence, definitely was felt. So we got to see that. The other part of this, and the part that a lot of people, might need to pick up on, you might even pick up on Alex Caruso. 18 threes in this series, and he has been absolutely balling out. He hit a new playoff record, most three-pointers off the bench in a single conference series. It's crazy. He had 22 and 2 rebounds and 6 assists in the last game. And I mean, I'm telling you, between his perimeter shooting and that defense that he plays, he has been a huge factor in this game. You put that along with Chet Holmgren, and we know his rivalry with Wembanyama. it has absolutely been a big, big deal. And look, right now, OKC's in the driver's seat. They're on the road, and they can easily come into this house, San Antonio, and say, hey, look, we've been here before. We're trying to get back. They're knocking on the door to getting back to the NBA Finals. The question is, can they do it? And this is where I want y'all to hit me up. Talk to me, people. We've talked about this before. Can OKC finish the job? Can they finish it on San Antonio's floor? And I mean, look, we know San Antonio's not going to let that happen. They're not going to want to let that happen. Who knows if they'll be able to? But what we've seen is every time San Antonio looks like they were out of it, when they were down 2-1, they jump back in there. Even going back to the T-Wolves series, when the T-Wolves kind of came back in it, they were able to jump back and start really separating themselves. But this is a proven champion in OKC. They want to be the first team to repeat to go to the NBA Finals since the 2019 Golden State Warriors. Can they do it? That's the question. So it's going to be very interesting to see. On the other side, obviously, everybody's looking at the unicorn, the phenom, the dominant force of the Spurs, averaging 28 points in the series. But I'm going to be honest with you, he struggled. He struggled this last game. I believe they held him to only 20 points in this last game. And the question really becomes, can he get it done? Can he get out of whatever the hole he was, whatever they had with him in struggling? He has to play above and beyond. We know how I think it's Havstein has been kind of locking him down, and this is going to be a huge, huge factor in this series. Can we get the Wembanyama that has been hitting the shots from the perimeter? Can we get the guy that's been dominating and really been the game changer? Honestly, you know, I mean, we know he was frustrated when he didn't win the MVP award. We know that, you know, when he's been getting fouled and he's been getting roughed up here and there, and that's been an issue for him. But listen, when you're in these type of situations, this is when great players got to play great. So we're going to see. We're going to see if he can do it. Obviously, we need to see the supporting cast. Can that supporting cast come in there and help him out? Because if they can't, look, I've already told you how dominant OKC is. I've already told you what they bring to the table. So if Victor Wembanyama, he can't do it by himself, in my opinion. Okay, we know how great he is and how he has been, but one man cannot do this thing all by himself. And it's going to be an issue. They've got to get the momentum early. They got to keep the momentum, and they're going to really have to work that matchup. I was talking about the Isaiah Hartenstein is the primary defender on Wembanyama. He held him to 1-9 in the last game, in Game 5. You know, Spurs, they need to use more of that pick and roll. They got to get Wembanyama open for shots. And Webby's got to be more aggressive. You know, we've talked about it. He's really got to be able to get in there and use all of his abilities, whether it's shooting from perimeter, whether it's going with that pick and roll, going to the basket, and really dominating. And there needs to be a sense of urgency from these San Antonio Spurs. I mean, listen, this is it. This is survive and advance for them. And you're at home, so you have the benefit of the home crowd. But as you've seen, the refs will do what the refs will do. We know Fox has been dealing with the injury. And look, last game they were struggling with a lot of the help from the supporting cast. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see. Obviously, you're going to want to try to, you have to somehow figure out how to neutralize SGA and contain without fouling. Castle is shown to force SGA into turnovers. You know, he had, 2 or 3 in game 5, but you have to be able to not shut him down, because you can only hope to contain the guy, but you're going to have to be able to neutralize him. I also talked about Caruso. Caruso has been hitting from deep. We know how he's been getting it from the outside. You're going to have to work on that. You're going to have to kind of try to neutralize that as well. And if you can, hey, we might be talking about a potential Game 7, but one game at a time. Absolutely one game at a time. And listen, you have to, we talked about urgency, desperation. one and done, this great season that we've been in. Nothing else matters. The next game doesn't matter. The next series doesn't matter. It's all about this game. We saw in last series how with Detroit and the Cavs in the semifinals, they needed to get it done. They got it done. They punched their ticket to the next opportunity, and then they ended up finishing off in Game 7. So it's going to be very interesting to see, can they get over the hump? This is a big time game for them. And you guys let me know, can the Spurs get it done, or was SGA, and the Thunder win in Game 6? This is going to be huge. And the reason we're all asking this is because we want to know who is going to play the New York Knicks. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you saw it the other day, but I made my picks. Knicks in 6. They are going to win it, especially if it looks like they're going to play OKC in the finals. But hey, we'll see what happens. Shout out to Jalen Brunson winning the Eastern Conference Final MVP, over 25 points a game and over 7 assists per game. I mean, he led these guys and a number of great performances. Really, it really came down to that first game of the series. Third quarter, Cleveland had them down 22. Cleveland was rumbling, dominating, and doing everything they needed to do. And this is why I think the Knicks are the team of destiny this year, because even when you're down 22, even when it looks bleak, never say die. One possession, one basket, one play, 1 minute at a time. They just kept chopping. And once they kept chopping, they got up that hill. The Knicks were able to pull it out, get the job done. And the rest of the series, for me, was a cakewalk for the Knicks. And the reason being is because once you've seen you can get over that hump of being down 22, once you've seen that you basically took the soul out of Cleveland. We already know Cleveland had a bloodbath of a matchup when they played the Pistons. Everybody, even myself, picked the Pistons to move on and play the Knicks. And we saw what happened when the Knicks, or when Cleveland turned it on. They put everything they had to the first 3 quarters of that game against the Knicks in Game 1. And I think that's all that she wrote. And I want to be careful not to sit here and minimize the dominance of the Knicks. I don't want to minimize Josh Hart. I don't want to minimize Brunson. I don't want to minimize the big men, Cat and all them jokers. I don't want to minimize how they played. They significantly dominated that game. And you look at Game 4, I think they won like 130-93. So they closed them out in style. So definitely shout out to the Knicks, and whoever the Knicks have to play, it's going to be a tough matchup. I'm going to be very honest with you. Shout out to my guy Vaughn in the comments, said Stephen A. Smith. I love it. Look, give me Stephen A. Smith money and we can talk. But yo, my guy Vaughn was saying it. Knicks in 6 if they play OKC. Vaughn, you gotta let me know. Can the Spurs keep this series open? I don't know if they can. I think OKC might clean it up tonight. And then, hey, we got a blockbuster matchup. Then you're talking about, can OKC repeat? Can the Knicks get not the sweep, but can they get it done? It's going to be interesting. And where are the Spurs playing all this? I think everybody's kind of wanting to close the door on the season and everything like that. But if Victor Wembanyama plays the type of games that he's been playing whenever their backs have been against the wall, then we're definitely going to be here for another game. So definitely stay tuned for that. That actually starts right now. So I'm going to talk a little football here in a minute, but definitely for those of you that are going to watch the game, definitely go over there and hit that up. I'll definitely, before I leave here, I'll check the score and see kind of what is going on. But yeah, that's where we're at. Knicks are waiting for the winner of the Western Conference Finals. OKC is up 3-2. Let's see which one of those guys gets it done tonight. Stay tuned for that, because that's definitely going to be a good one. But ladies and gentlemen, yes, it is still the off season, and we are still close, but not there, to the regular season. A lot of good stuff is right around the corner, and I'm super excited to talk about it and dive into it with you. But before we do, we got to take a quick commercial break, and I got to shout out my brand, the group Let's Talk Football by myself and my dynamic partner, Miss Janae Strother. You're going to want to check this out. We're going to be back here this fall to talk football, and I'm so excited to bring on all of the different shows we have, be it Let's Talk Football, The Roundtable, Let's Talk Football Ladies Takeover, College Football Update, Let's Talk College Football. We have a couple of our spin-off shows. There's a lot of stuff that's definitely going on this fall, and I'm so excited to bring on a number of guests that I've met recently that are going to definitely rock with us, man, because we got people from all different facets, all different parts of the country that are really trying to talk some ball. So definitely tune in. You're going to want to see it, and don't take my word for it. Check this video out. On the other side, we're going to talk a little football news. I'll be right back.
Episode of Let's Talk Football.
Yep.
I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football. Season 3, we are back. We are back.
That's right.
What's up,
Here we
Mom?
go. Mr. Nick, I want the smoke, Rosario.
Hey, what's happening, kids? How we doing?
Janae, Sean, thanks for having me.
We may play football and basketball. Rich.
Is Carson back?
Everyone played to the last play. There's other leagues like Ravens, Blues. How hard is it for this guy? You know what I'm saying? I would take the
Like we can't back up.
Maybe you guys need to start wearing cream.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
Yeah, buddy, that is the Let's Talk Football brand of shows that will be back this fall, more towards the start of the season. Sometimes we kind of get down before the season starts. I know the college football shows will be back more towards late August, and I'm so excited for it. Me and my partner, Janae Strother, love talking this great game of football. We have our show, we have shows, the Roundtable, which is colorful characters, and Nick Rosario, Anthony Handy, Delilah Crespo, and Tina Winter. Then we have the Lady Show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 4 dynamic women talking football, loving all different teams. Janae Strother, Delilah Crespo was also on that. Kate Alverson, the creator of the Ladies Takeover. And then we got our girl from up north that loves the Saints, Nicole Oppenheimer. That is just amazing. Those ladies come correct when they're talking their game. We've got a number of spin-off shows, whether it's Mile High Minute with Tina Winter or This Week in Georgia Football with Anthony and Colin. There's so many different things that you're going to want to join in and rap with us about. So I'm so excited to bring that back to you. But listen, we're here tonight. It's Off the Wall Sports with your boy Sean Spencer. We're chit-chatting about sports. We're going back and forth. We're seeing what's really going on. Tap in with me. Let me know what y'all are watching. Obviously, like I just alluded to, the NBA playoffs are they're still going on. The Knicks are waiting to see who will be the team they're going to face in the NBA Finals. I'm waiting to see it as well. OKC's got a 3-2 lead on the Spurs. We will see if OKC can close it out in San Antonio tonight, or if the amazing season by Victor Wembanyama continues. Hey, let me know what y'all think. But right now, that game's about to get underway. So definitely tune into that. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're still here. and I got to dive into it because I just did the promo for it. NFL news and notes. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of news stories coming. June 1st is right around the corner, which is the start of the fiscal year for the new season. So obviously there's a lot of guys that will start getting paid. Some guys might be leaving. It's going to be a lot of interesting things going on. But speaking of money, man, we got to dive into a couple of these guys that are getting it. Derwin James reclaimed the status as the league's highest paid safety, getting a 3-year, $75.6 million extension. And look, he surpassed Kyle Hamilton, who previously had that record. For those of you that know, the safety of the Chargers, Derwin James is a vibe. He is a star. One of my favorite players from Florida State. I'm super excited about it. My guy, Alex Loosemore, is in the building. What is going on, Alex? How are you doing? As a matter of fact, let me see if I can. I don't know if I can send you the invite. I'll get it to you. I'll get it to you next time because we definitely got to chat. And then speaking of money and things going on, Alex, you can chime in on this. Jack Campbell for the Lions. Actually, after the Lions declined his expensive 5th-year option, the two sides agreed to a 4-year extension through 2030. Campbell earned a payday after his Pro Bowl season of 2025 with 176 tackles. Alex, talk to me about Jack Campbell. Those of you that remember, he was drafted the same year that they got Jahmyr Gibbs, and they got those 2 picks before the 20th pick, and it was such a blockbuster move for them to get that because you bring both of these talents in, and they have proven to be legitimate. So, Alex, what does this mean for you guys? Definitely tap in the comments. Appreciate the code 20. I appreciate that, my guy. Always love chilling with my guy, Alex Loosemore. And if I could take this minute to pit stop, Alex Loosemore will be with me coaching some college talking some college football, but also he's going to be coaching the U17 team. And I'm so excited, man. Hey, if they need a commentator, I might have to call some of them games, man. I need to get up to Canada. Let's just say that. I need to get up to Canada. Alex is saying it's a great deal by the Lions. Outside of 30-30, his cap hits are only $2 million a year, and the void year after that. That is huge. And I know the Detroit Lions are looking to get back on the top. Obviously, the NFC South or NFC North is getting big to be a premier league or division in football right now. Obviously, with Jordan Love and the Packers and kind of what they got going on, Chicago is primed and ready after their playoff season. Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson kind of meshing out. The Vikings, I've said it. I'm eager to see what they do at quarterback. So it's going to be very interesting to see there. But as long as they got Justin Jefferson, they're going to be all right. We'll see how that plays out. So the Detroit Lions are ready to go, man. Wasn't all pro this last year. Phenomenal run stopper, who's solid against the pass. One of the best young linebackers in the league. Absolutely. And I am so excited to kind of see what he brings to the table because hey, Jack Campbell is that guy, and that's going to be interesting. And hey, look, speaking of my buddies in here, got to shout out Nine, the poet. He out handling some business, but his guy, Nico Collins, restructured his deal to ensure that he remains CJ Stroud's top target through 2028. Now he will his salary guarantees the next 2 seasons at $17 million in total incentive, so he will be with the team through 2028. That's going to be so huge for them. Obviously, we know, through injuries and through the struggles of some of that wide receiver core, if they can have a healthy wide receiver core and they can help CJ Stroud, give him more options, I think that's going to be a big move for the Texans going forward. And look, I have them as my dark horse to make it to the Super Bowl. The Broncos are kind of my favorite in my estimation, but we'll see. I really like what CJ Stroud and Houston is doing, and now to lock in Nico Collins, you're getting Tank Dell back. This could be really big for them. Going back to the Lions, people hated that draft. We walked away with 2 first round and Gibbs and Jack, and then they got Branch and Laporta, which all of them, you want to talk about hitting it on every one of those picks. Every one of those guys has come in, and every one of those moves has been great. And hey, Alex put it on. He's put it on spot. They're putting money on these wide receivers, which is big, but they got to protect CJ Stroud. I remember watching that Chiefs game where it looked like as soon as CJ Stroud hit his fifth or seventh step in his drop, he had Kalafdor or big boy Chris Jones in his face, and he was hitting it. And obviously, you know, it was the reason why he was throwing some of these interceptions. It really stunk for him. And listen, if he doesn't get protection and a running game, he needs also to have a legitimate running game so they can take some of that pressure off of him. But we know how good he can be, and they don't need much. They don't need a lot if that defense comes and plays as they've been playing over these years. Shout out to my guy Alex, who's saying I got the Ravens and the Rams now in the Super Bowl. Ooh, Alex. Oh, Alex. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I think Alex just made himself a pick, boy. I don't have my "Does That Make Me Crazy" video on here, but I'm gonna have to bring that back for that pick by Alex. Shout out to him. Ravens, Rams, Super Bowl. What y'all thinking? How y'all feeling? Because I got to know. And see, this is how I know Alex and me are in sync. We on tune. Because the next thing I'm going to talk about is Puka Nacua and then back. Obviously, we know about all the off-field stuff. We know he had to deal with some rehab and things like that. But look, analysts are expecting the Rams make Puka Nacua the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history this summer, surpassing Jackson Smith and Jigwa's 4-year, $168 million deal. Now we'll see how all these things, you know, with the off-field issues and the rehab and all that, how that plays into it. Hopefully he's got his mind straight and he's back. But nobody can deny the impact that Puka Nacua has if he is playing. If he's on that field, especially having Matthew Stafford as quarterback and that McVay system, honestly, Puka Nacua is an absolute threat. Definitely somebody to be feared coming out. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to look into that. And if they get him paid and he makes that money, hey, you might have it, Alex. Alex might be absolutely right with the Rams going to the Super Bowl this year. Who knows? We know Matt Stafford. We know he won the NFL MVP last year. If the guy can stay healthy, I can't see why they wouldn't go that far. They've been in the hunt every year. So, hey, I can see it happening. Look, we got to move on, talk a little quarterback issues, talk about the health and, where these quarterbacks are in the offseason. Obviously, we've seen a number of moves. I think Aaron Rodgers just got paid. He got a 1-year deal with the Steelers. What do y'all think of that move? For me, I mean, I was kind of ready to see him go after he was with the Jets. Now, he's been all these different teams now since leaving the Packers. And now, Steelers, let's see what he can do. They signed a 1-year deal. So obviously they're trying to, figure it out with him, but we'll see how it plays out. We know Cam Ward, who's a 2025 number 1 overall pick. Now he's perfectly healthy after the shoulder injury ended his rookie season. Coach Salah is said he has good velocity during OTAs, which, hey, the underwear Olympics, we all know everybody looks good at that point. You know what I mean? I've seen highlights of JD5 hitting De'Ami Brown and, the pass looks crisp and all this type of stuff. Put some pads on, make the games mean something, and then call me, and then we'll see. So definitely dive into that. Then you have the Colts, which they have an interesting quarterback situation. Obviously, you got Riley Leonard, the Notre Dame quarterback that's in there, Daniel Jones. If he comes back and he's healthy, that would be interesting. Now, the X factor, maybe not the X factor, maybe the O factor, is Anthony Richardson in that competition. Listen, I've heard trade information. I've heard, requests or potential trade implications with him. I couldn't tell you. I don't know if he's going to be traded. I don't know what the market for him being traded. I mean, who really wants him? He has not been able to stay healthy. I understand some of the injuries and some of the unfortunate situations that he's kind of dealt with. We know the athlete that he is. He's a great athlete. He showed it at the combine, but I'm going to be honest with you. Ever since his days at Florida, I've always kind of looked at him like, does he have it? Does he have that it factor? We know he's athletic, but everybody these days is athletic. Can he lead a team? It's going to be interesting. For my money, Riley Leonard, Daniel Jones are 1-1, and let's see who takes that role with that defense and that run game. I mean, look, I think either one of them would be good. My money, I'd put on Riley Leonard, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But I don't think Anthony Richardson. If it was for me, if they were all healthy, I think Anthony Richardson is number 3 in that. But 2, let me know what y'all think. Let me know how y'all feel. Does Anthony Richardson have a shot? Can he be in competition with these guys like they're saying? Who knows? We will definitely see. And one other QB conversation I did want to mention, the Vikings signed Kyler Murray, and a lot of people, and even myself, kind of forgot about this. The fact that Kyler Murray, who all those years was with the Cardinals, obviously, there was times like he would do great. Times one season, I think he went 8-0. Another season, I think they only lost one game, and then it just never seemed to click, and they would always kind of fall off, or he'd always get hurt, or something would happen that things just didn't work to his advantage. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there's been a lot of not backlash, but kind of talk about him. And is he focused? Obviously, everybody makes the joke that this guy is a Call of Duty guy, and as soon as a new update goes, he's right there playing that or whatever. I can't confirm or deny that. I think it's funny to talk about that, but we know that Kyler, when he is on, I mean, the guy is amazing. The guy can hit. The guy has the speed. Yes, he might be miniature, but the guy can play. He can play big. We've seen it. When he is on top of his game, he is on fire. But still, for me, I need to see what Kyler Murray we get. And that's why, for me, the jury is still out on the QB situation. Now, I don't think if we get even a decent Kyler Murray, I think he's better than where J.J. McCarthy is right now. So I would put Kyler up there. I think Carson Wentz is also on that bench over there. So for me, I'm starting Kyler for sure. But it's going to be interesting to kind of see how he does out there. I mean, obviously, we know O'Connell is great with QBs, and I want to see where Kyler, this is an opportunity for Kyler to really kind of restart his career, revamp his whole thing. Can he lead these Vikings in a tough NFC North division? I mean, no rest for the weary. He's going to have to play, and not like he didn't just have a tough division and went arguably the best division in football. I mean, definitely the best in the NFC with the NFC West, where you had the 49ers, the Seahawks, and the Rams, all contenders when healthy. I mean, Seahawks and the Rams played for the championship. So I really am eager to see what happens with Kyler Murray. Can he play? And then if he can't play, you got JJ back in that role. Is he ready now after his 3rd year technically, but 2nd since he got hurt in his 1st year? So we'll see how that plays out, man. And hey, all best of luck to Kyler Murray. But again, you guys have Justin Jefferson out there. So if you got Justin Jefferson out there, you should be good, right? You should be all right. But hey, who knows? We will definitely see. Now look, let's move on to some notable roster moves and some rumors that we have. Obviously, everybody's been talking about Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown. The speculation, will he be traded? We know the Eagles picked up Malachi Lemon from USC in the draft, and everybody kind of has said, hey, the writing's on the wall. He's about to move on. We'll see. There's been a lot of conversation about A.J. Brown potentially going to the New England Patriots to be with Drake May. Obviously, Stephon Diggs is potentially moving on. So, hey, let's see if there's any truth to that. Obviously, they're waiting for after June 1st to kind of see if that happens. If it does, let's play devil's advocate. If that happens, what does this mean for the New England Patriots? What does this mean for them, having Drake May, getting to the Super Bowl? We knew about their run game, but if you look at it, Stephon Diggs helped them get to that spot. But once they got there, I mean, Stephon Diggs really didn't do much in the Super Bowl. Now, credit to Seattle's defense and how they pressured, Drake May. I mean, he was running for his life, and then, he wasn't really able to get it out there as much. But you get a guy like A.J. Brown, who clearly is a big body wide receiver. I mean, he Debo's guys. I mean, you saw what he did to Lattimore for Washington this year. I mean, he was bullying that guy all over the place. A.J. Brown at the top of his game is elite, in my opinion. I understand all the whatever mental health in the off field, whatever. The guy could play, period. Okay. No question in my mind that he can play. You get him with a guy like Drake May, who I am a huge fan of, being a North Carolina fan. Drake and A.J. Brown together, along with that run game, along with legitimate defense, we can be talking about them late in the season again this year. So I'm eager to see if that happens, if he goes to New England. Now, again, on May 28th, 2026, it's all still a rumor, but it would be very interesting to kind of see, does he move on? Does he stay put? I don't know. We'll check it out. We'll figure it out. Speaking of also other wide receivers, Juwan Jennings, after he signed with Minnesota, compared himself to Kevin Durant of the Warriors. Because I need the talent of the big three, along with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and him. Okay. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Juwan Jennings, Justin Jefferson, and Jordan Addison, big three. Who we saying Juwan Jennings is? You know what I mean? If I'm going like the Warriors big three, I'm going Steph, Clay. Are we talking Draymond? Is that where we're at right now? So that should be interesting. You saying you're the big three? We'll see. I don't know. You let me know how y'all feel, if that's how he is. We know Juwan Jennings is a premier wide receiver. We've seen what he did with Ayuk and Debo and Kettle and CMC and everything when healthy out there. He was definitely a perennial solid wide receiver, definitely benefited from the coverage always going over to those guys. So, how could this, how does this play out? How does it look? Now, will he be that guy? And then you have Kyler Murray, another quarterback that you're trying to figure out his, kind of cadence, his passes and all that type of stuff. Look, he's going to get single coverage because you got Justin Jefferson over there, and Jordan Addison is no slouch in his own right. So being in there, being with those type of guys, I think Juwan Jennings he's primed to have another good season. Big three, though, we'll see. Well, I'm going to pump my brakes on big three over there. But the guy's got skill, so maybe. And with that quarterback, we'll see how that plays out. So I love that he has that confidence. And looking at that wide receiver core, Minnesota might be all right. I might have to change my tune on Minnesota. I mean, let's see what Kyler does. But O'Connell, that coach, you got those receivers going there. Okay, I like that. I'm excited to see. And one more quick news about wide receivers. Keenan Allen has not, the Chargers, they have not ruled out a potential return. Obviously, Allen played for Chicago for a year or so, but, they're trying to, he's still out there. Let's see if they bring him back. Obviously, they have that young wide receiver core out there in Los Angeles, but we'll see. We'll see if they bring back Keenan Allen. For my money, I had an issue with him. I had him on fantasy team, and he showed out like one or two games, and there were games where I didn't start him. So that's my own personal gripe. But Keenan Allen can play, a definite big body wide receiver, and when he is on, another one of these guys that when he's on, he is definitely on fire. He wasn't as dominant in Chicago, definitely not like he was when he was with the Chargers before, but it'd be interesting bringing that veteran leadership, somebody that knows the system, he knows the quarterback, and hey, maybe that might be beneficial for him. I mean, I definitely like him over here, but we will definitely see. Want to talk about a couple quick injury notes. Bucky Irvin Expected to have he's recovering from shoulder surgery, expected to miss mini camp, but should be ready for training camp, and that's big for the Buccaneers, seeing as obviously Rachaad White came over to Washington. So Bucky Irvin, they're looking for him to be more of, I would say, the bell cow, because you still got Sean Tucker over there, but they're looking for more of a bigger role from him. And then the Giants, Cam Skattebo, the second-year running back, expressed optimism returning for week 1, following that major leg injury. And I know the thing about him, man, between the leg injury and the concussions, his style of play is so aggressive, it's so, up front and just dominant that it's one of those things that you might not have that long of a life if you kind of don't protect yourself. You know what I mean? And so, unfortunately, with the leg injury, that didn't help. But also with the concussions and how much of a bruising running back he is, you definitely want to kind of pay attention, kind of see, maybe give him some help back there. And you don't want to tell him to tamper down his game, because that's how he plays, and I love everything about it. But that's going to be something to watch going forward this year, among other things for the New York Giants, because that quarterback created a little bit of a stir with his recent engagements, if you will. So we'll see, but it would be very interesting to see if you get Cam Skattebo back. I think he will be great going forward. And speaking of the Giants, we know the moves that they've made. We know the fact that they've been able to kind of pick up major pieces, a number of guys in the draft. I'm scared because obviously, you get Harbaugh over there. He brings some of his guys like Ricard from the Ravens. You pick up some great draft picks out there, and Arvell Reese, the linebacker from Ohio State, and you're really kind of like, okay, what they look like they building something. You kind of looking over at the Giants like, what they got going on over there? What you doing over there? But they're definitely coming together, and for my money, I'm nervous. I ain't afraid to say it. I'm definitely nervous, and not just, it doesn't stop there. Obviously, I got to also go to my perennial rival, my hated rival, the Dallas Cowboys, who picked up Caleb Downs. They I think franchise tag Pickens. Javonte Williams is back over there. Dak, the whole thing. They always are playing good. I think in one of my mocks, I have us getting swept by them. I'm hoping we can pull it out. But, I'm going to be honest with you. Dallas is rearing to play. If they can sit there and get the same type of dominant play from their quarterback, I hate saying it, but we could see a playoff-bound Dallas Cowboys team going this year. We'll see. We will see. I don't like to say it, but I can be realistic with it. Let me know what y'all think. Definitely thinking they did pretty good in the draft. What do you think about the other teams? How the other teams did? How the NFC North did? A lot of teams, I think, like even with Washington. I mean, I love Sonny Styles' pick, but if you look at the rest of our drafts, it's kind of mid. I mean, Antonio Williams can be legit, and then you have the edge rusher, and we ended up getting not Singleton, the other running back from Penn State center. We've got a couple pieces, but nothing major. But we also did a lot of stuff in free agency. So there's it's interesting to see. I'm kind of interested in kind of how a lot of these things play out, and but look, there's a lot of stuff going on in the NFL, and it's going to be coming more frequently as we get closer and closer to the season. Obviously, and early August, you have, or actually late July, if I'm not mistaken, you have the Hall of Fame game. Then you start in early August with preseason and things like that. So, rookie mini camps going. You are obviously OTAs and training camp around the corner. We're knocking right on the door. Between college and pros, the next season is right around the corner as we hit summertime, and I could not be more excited. So definitely tune into that. We'll definitely bring all of the news and notes and everything we got going on. I'm hyped to see it. I cannot wait. And hopefully this year, Washington will be talking about
playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
And that's kind of how I'm feeling. After 4-13 last year, I just hope we can win a game. But listen, we're about to be out of here, but I have a special treat for you. I'm going to go out with a quick commercial, and then I have a treat for my pep talk. It's going to be something that I'm so super excited to share with you. So check this commercial out. Did a little acting in my day. Shout out to Alcala's Western Wear. This is the closest you're going to get your boy to being a Cowboy or having any association with the Cowboys. But we'll be back on the other side. It's your boy Sean Spencer, Off the Wall Sports. I'll be right back.
Howdy, y'all. Sean Spencer here. Today we're going to take a look at a little piece of Southern country right here in Midwest home, downtown Chicago.
Looking for boots? They've got them. Looking for chaps? Not a problem. Looking for hats? They've got that.
Find your piece of country living.
Yeah, buddy. That shout out to Alcala's Western Wear on the west side of Chicago. They definitely take care of any of your Western attire needs, boots, chaps, hats. The shirt was from there. It was definitely good. I will tell you that them chaps was chapping. I mean, I would say that. I don't wear that stuff regularly, okay? But it was definitely a cool experience to be able to be out there on that. And listen, don't worry, no horses, no fake horses were hurt in the shooting of that commercial. So that was really a cool experience. But yo, you know what it is. It's time for the pep talk where we kind of do a little bit of just giving our own 2 cents, saying a couple things, just hey, make you help you through your day, help you to just feel positive, whatever would have you. I actually had a great conversation with some cool cats this morning about some of the things that I was kind of going through and dealing with. And that led me to kind of reaching out to somebody close to me to where I was able to kind of vibe. I mean, it wasn't much said, but they are doing big things in their life. And I am super excited to share kind of some of the things that they got going on. So I told them, I actually asked them, I want to be able to share what you're doing. And they said it was going to be cool, man. So I want to shout out Jonah Alexander Birch. He is spoken word, music, artist. Went to Belmont University, graduated from there, and worked with their media team. Believe like the sound engineer. He had the big boards and all that type of stuff. Did such great work, and I'm so happy for him. He's got he's put music out before, but recently he's put out something called the Johan Experience, where essentially took the N and the H in Jonah and switched them and put the Johan Experience. And he's been doing this cool little like little shows that he had like in his front yard and setting up the music, and he has the things going, and I'm so excited for it. I love it. So I asked him if he would let me share what he did for his mom and his little song that he wrote, and it's called I Love My Mom. So I'm going to share that right here as my little final little part of the show. So here we go. Tune into this, and then I'll get you out of here. It's your boy Sean Spencer. Let's see what we got here.
My mom always answers the phone despite below average IQ and the questions I ask. Like, am I committing tax fraud right now? Or how do I reply to this pretty girl in my phone? My mom buys me anime merch on Christmas, and she doesn't know what it means, so I explain it to her in detail. And she judges me a little bit, but she smiles and nods anyway, which I appreciate because I'm sensitive. And there was this one time I took my cat to the vet, but then I realized I had no money, and I was really scared they weren't gonna give her back. So who did I call? My mom, who fixed the problem right away and laughed at me, but it's okay as long as my baby's safe. My mom had me when she was 19, and when I was 19, I was binge watching Bluey, and I know I shouldn't compare, but this feels really problematic as I pull binders of pictures down from the attic. And I see me in her, and she's holding me, and I see the strength that I aspire to be. And I have no words to say or write down except 3, so please believe me when I say I love my mom. Oh my God, oh my. She's been there for me my whole life. I love my mother, and I have 3 brothers, which is too many boys in one house. I'm sorry, I love you, Mom. My mom took care of me when I was a helpless little infant with those pudgy little arms and a diaper full of dreams and ideas and concepts and plans. And then one day, this boy became a man with no time, no energy for those whose shoulders carried him to the end. But despite all those things, he still made the time to call. I miss my mom. I hope she's all right. 90% of the time you spend with your parents is before the age of 20. That's not a fun fact, nor is it funny. So call your mom, tell her about your day, tell her that you love her, and that it's all gonna be okay. Because I may have grown up, or at least that's what the government wants you to think. But I'll always need her help, like this thing with the kitchen sink. It keeps clogging up, and I don't know why it's doing that. We've tried Drano, we called a plumber, like we've tried a couple different things at this point, and I personally am not a homeowner kind of guy, and I would have just let it go. But now it smells, and I feel like we need to do something about it, but I don't know what to do, per se. And I don't want to call Dad because he scares me. And I don't want to look it up because it makes me feel like an idiot. So you know what that means? It's time to call Mom. Call your mothers.
Yeah, buddy. Shout out to my guy, Jonah Alexander Birch. That was the Johan Experience with the song I Love My Mom, which he did for his mother for Mother's Day. And I absolutely thought that was so amazing. It was great. He actually also had pictures of him as he grew up, man. Shout out to Jonah, a young aspiring artist doing great things out here in the musical field. And you, if you have not followed him, you definitely have to follow him. He's on YouTube. He's on Instagram, the Johan Experience, also Jonah Adventures. He's so cool. Great music. I'm waiting for him to kind of share, some of the live music things that he does from his yard and things like that, because it's just such like a what is the mini desk or little desk performances where they all kind of come together in that space, but it's in a night feel. It is so dope. It is so dope. One of these days I want to get out there and see, just to be an audience, be in that aura, that vibe. It's just so fire, man. So shout out to him. And look, that's my pep talk for the day, man. Reach out, say that thing you're scared to say, talk to that person you're scared to talk to. Be open. Don't be afraid to be who you are. I'm reading this book right now that I actually have to get to the second chapter, which is it's called The 5-Second Rule. And essentially it's, you go whenever you have something that you're anticipating, something that's giving you anxiety, something that you're trying to go out there and do, whether it be applying for that job, talking to that person, writing that book, starting that show, whatever it is, you sit there, instead of letting your mind tear you down, you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you do it. You go at it, you make it happen. You don't stop till you finish it, man. And that's what we're going to be about here. I love what he was doing as he just keeps on growing, keeps on dominating. I'm going to come out here and try to do the same. That's why I've been on here chatting it up with you guys, doing my thing. So look, I got to get out of here. I appreciate you. I saw you guys in the comments. Coffee brother, my guy Alex Loosemore, always supporting your boy. Appreciate that. And Linus Emergence, appreciate you. I saw you in the comments. That was definitely dope to see you over there. Hopefully you guys got an opportunity to check out that song "I Love My Mom" by Jonah Birch. It's through the Johan Experience. You're definitely gonna want to check that out. It was definitely fire, and I appreciate him for allowing me to share that out. And I definitely want to lift up these young aspiring artists, especially him. Man, he does great stuff. So it's your boy Sean Spencer, Off the Wall Sports with Sean, part of Off the Wall TV. Man, we're here, and I'm so excited to see what we're bringing up later on. But listen, go check out that game, Spurs OKC. It's on now. You're going to see, can the Spurs stay alive? Is OKC ready to take it? We'll see. Tune in with me. I'll be back. Got to talk some college ball soon. See, hopefully I can get my guy Alex on here tomorrow if he's not working, and we can do a little noon college talk, because we got to talk about all these transfer portal quarterbacks and where they're going, and see if he can touch in on the Brendan Sorsby conversation, because he was actually denied eligibility for this year. Now he's at Texas Tech. So I know we dove into another day, but I definitely want to get my guy Alex on here because he's got that inside scoop. So for your boy Sean Spencer, it was great dealing with you and hanging out with you guys today. I'll be back with you guys next time. Stay tuned for all the other good stuff we got going, and stay tuned for all my guys that also have shows, the NFL edition with the Crew, KREWE Roundtable. The Crew Roundtable normally goes on Sundays, but I think they've been kind of off in the off season as of late. So, hey, we'll be back. Always something good going on. Shout out people that you haven't talked to in a while, and we'll be back with you.